All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to our iHeartRadio First Listen Friday. I see Fallon. Oh, we have Alexander Stewart, our special guest. Alexander, good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's good. It's so good to have you here. This is going to be such a fun episode. We always love having guests on our show. So thank you for being here. Fallon, do we have you? Can you hear us?
Yes, I am here as long as you can hear me.
Yes, we got you. And I think we are expecting Honey German as well. So we got a lot to discuss today. First and foremost, a lot of music out today. And of course, we got to start with Alexander. Alexander, where are you calling from?
Hey, y'all. I'm in Toronto right now. So born and raised in Toronto. Don't live here anymore, but spending some time with the family,
Oh, I love
which is
that.
really
Oh,
nice.
nice. How is the weather? I feel like I'm in New York. Fallon is in a colder place as well. Is it snowing? What
Oh,
is it like?
you guys, it is freezing. I came in from London 2 days ago, and I ended up having like a 24-hour travel day because 3 flights in a row got canceled coming to Toronto.
No.
No.
Oh my God, terrible.
Oh, what is up with flights lately? I feel like I've heard that across the board.
It's just been bad. It's just been bad.
Well, I hope that you have some better flight experiences because you're about to go on tour. Now this is exciting because this is the Blames on Me tour. This is your very first tour, right?
It's my first ever headlining tour, which I'm very excited about.
That's
so exciting.
so exciting. The Blames on Me, obviously, that's the name of the tour, but it's your new song too. Give us the rundown. Tell us about the song. Tell us about your music path.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Blames on Me is I put it out about a month and a half ago, and it's a really special song to me because it's the first song I've ever put out and almost honestly written from the flip perspective of not, taking some accountability in my life in a relationship. Um, all my past experiences, all my past relationships, everything, it's kind of been very much I got my heart broken and I sort of play the victim in my songs. And that was sort of the universal experience I had my entire life. And then the last relationship I had, it ended and it almost felt like when it was done, there was some sort of like weight off my shoulders. It just felt kind of heavy. But then I really suppressed the heartbreak. And so, when you suppress something, it doesn't go away. It just
Yep.
kind of just disappears for a second, turns really small. You just kind of hide it somewhere, and then, you know, 2 or 3 months later, I had some pretty delayed heartbreak, and I was like, oh, this kind of hurts. Like this doesn't feel too good. And then like a month later, I was like, oh, and it was my fault. So then I lived with that feeling for a solid
Hey, but we
2 months.
love a self-aware king though. We're here for that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, it took me a minute to like really accept it, but I've fully accepted it now. And I wrote this song like 6 months after the whole situation because it was such a painful thing because I don't think I'd experienced like, heartbreak is the same, on both sides of the coin. And I hadn't experienced, I thought I'd just be fine. Like if I ended things, and I realized that I ended things too early and I wasn't prepared to do that. And didn't know how to deal with the emotions. So I walked in the studio, wrote Blames on Me, and ironically, it's my biggest song, and it's about how I suck.
Listen, Alexander, I have to ask you because this is like, I mean, really vulnerable. Did you ever send these lyrics or express this sentiment to that person after you realized you were the one to blame?
You know what's so funny is my whole almost campaign for the song was like, should I send this to my ex? I did actually end up doing it, and it was kind of amazing because it gave me some like weird closure that like I don't know if I even deserved, but it made things a lot better in the situation.
Yeah.
And it kind of it let me sort of close that chapter a little more gracefully, I think.
But it was
And
also probably nice for them because so many times when you have your heart destroyed, you sit and wonder and you don't ever get the real closure. So it's actually kind of amazing that I'm sure this person was thankful to get some closure and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not crazy. They were the problem."
no, literally.
Hi.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. It was very I think it was kind of healing for everybody actually. And it was just involved in the situation, and it was just like I think closure on all fronts. On all fronts. I just felt guilty and weird, and that's where the song kind of stemmed from. But I never thought I don't know. It's just kind of like a totally different perspective that I'd ever written from, and it was like really really refreshing to actually just get it out.
It's interesting, like you say, that like the emotions came to you later, because like I feel like anyone who's been in a breakup, myself included, you know that like breakups are so layered and they hit you at different times, and like you feel different emotions. I feel like you go through like the 5 stages of grief almost. Like you have your
Yeah.
reputation era, you go through the anger phase. So for you, it's like you have your Blames on Me song that's out now, and you wrote this quickly. Did it spark other songs that kind of stemmed from that heartbreak, maybe from different angles, or was this just the one that poured out of you, or do we have other music that's around that same topic?
Oh my gosh, definitely other music around the same topic. It's been so exciting to get to write from this point of view, because like there are so many different layers, and like it's just things that I'd never experienced before, and feelings that I'm just coming to understand in myself now as I'm writing these songs. And I think that's honestly why, like, I think that's why Blames on Me connected, is because it was so honest. It's like I went to the studio for Blames on Me and had to write. I literally sat in the studio and I was like very upset over the
Oh,
situation and not really sure how to deal with
yeah.
it. And I sat there and I literally just said, "It sucks because I now understand that like the blame's on me." And then we were like, "Oh my god, that's what it has to be." And then I wanted to write this song without writing it in a way that was like, "Oh, like I'm the bad guy, but everyone should feel bad for me." Like I was like, "No, I have to literally just like own up to it." And so once I did that, I could kind of dig way deeper into everything else. And a lot of the songs coming out are like at different like timelines throughout the relationship. So like one of the songs that I'm most excited about is almost like Blames on Me precursor, like what I was feeling beforehand. And like a bunch of them are like, sort of down the same line of just sort of following the timeline of my emotions and how it was playing out. But it's been refreshing and exciting to be able to write
Oh, wait.
from
So
a more
I'm so curious. Are you dating now? And if so, have they heard this song? And are they like, wait a minute? Is
no
this a red
I'm
flag?
I'm not dating now. I'm kind of staying single for a minute. I think I need a little bit of me time to
Yep,
just
That's good though.
that is.
understand myself and my emotions, and how to balance. I think also just personal and work life, and just my 2023 resolution. My biggest one was to. I feel like in 2022 I was living almost an autopilot. Like I feel like I was going through life and like doing everything I was doing. I was so excited about it, but I wasn't really stopping to like smell the flowers, just appreciate everything going on. And I think it's important. It's so important to just like take everything in as it's happening. And I think a large part of that for me right now is just going to be living just with myself and just trying to understand my own emotions better, and like just bettering myself so I can be better for someone else down the line.
That's so good. I've heard so many people, I feel like this year especially, saying like their intention or their goal or whatever is to actually be more present, because we're so guilty of living in the past pain, over
Mm,
analyzing that, or
Yeah.
living in the
yeah.
worrisome future. There's anxiety with that. And it's so, and then you add in the reality of like being on your cell phone or whatever it is, not being present. Are there things that you have found that have helped you be more present and take in these moments?
Oh,
Ooh, that's
absolutely.
good, Fallon.
I love that question. I started. So I live in Los Angeles now, and I've started my day now hiking every day. So I'll go for a hike. I'll see like nature. I'll put my phone away for the whole thing. I don't take like pictures of it or anything, and I'll just do it by myself. And I find starting the day with like my own cup of coffee and going on this little 30-minute hike is so incredible. It gets me in such a good mindset. It like I try to like reflect and think about things that are happening that I'm happy about, maybe I'm not happy about, try to like work through some emotions just like in my me time in the morning, get some exercise in. And then as I go through the day, what I used to do, I used to be in sessions like almost every day writing songs, but
Mm.
I also decided to slow down the quantity so that hopefully the quality will just go up. So now when I can like understand what I'm feeling better, I can just go in and write exactly what I want to. And I think, slowing down like the extraordinary mass volume of songs I was writing and also taking time for myself has just changed a lot for me. It's almost like meditation in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. It's yeah, it's always interesting to talk to artists like yourself, that you kind of get to watch their journey, and I feel like you're on this come up, like your fans are excited for your new music. You're sharing these personal things with your fans, which we as the consumers love that. I'm curious for you as an artist, especially like as you transition into this new phase, this new level of fame, of success, like how is there anything that surprised you about it that maybe you weren't necessarily prepared for? And if so, like how do you prepare for this next level of going on tour, meeting more of your fans, of them wanting more insights into who you are as a person? I always think about this because if it was my case, I feel like I'd be crumbled. But I'm curious for you.
I mean, there's so many factors. Like growing up, I had obviously so many idols, and I looked at these artists that I was obsessed with, and I just loved their music. And I would always think like, damn, like they got their like life together. Like they know what they're doing. They're so in touch with their emotions. Like I was like jealous of it. And as I go through life and like, reach certain milestones that I've always wanted to reach, um, I think like, okay, I start to realize that nobody basically has everything together and everyone's
Nope.
figuring it
No
out,
one.
which has been quite interesting to me because I keep thinking like, okay, if I reach this or if I do this, then I'm gonna feel like content, feel like I really got it together now. But
Yeah.
that never comes. At least not for me. I feel like if anything, I just get more confused. I'm like, okay, cool.
It's like the more you know, the more confused you are, truly.
Exactly, but I think it's really special because at the same time, like I'm just going through life like everybody is just going through life. Everyone in every career in every aspect of life is just figuring it out at all times, and the fact that I get to like figure it out, but then somehow put that into like a piece of art, and then somehow have other people relate to that art, and then somehow get to hang out with all of these people at like one specific spot and like scream that art together is just ridiculously crazy to me.
Yeah.
And like I think this is just absolutely beautiful and exciting and healing. But I think it really comes down to the fact that I don't think I don't think I'm ever gonna stop just figuring it out. But
Yeah.
that's I think part of the beauty of music and life and art, and everyone can just kind of feel the same thing and relate, and hopefully I can make other people feel more like, you know, comfortable or seen or whatever it may be with whatever music I put out in the future or have put out before.
Hmm.
With a tour coming up, have you already started rehearsing and everything?
Yeah, so I want so badly for these shows to just be like perfect. And I want there to be like exciting things going on in them, and I want to do like certain songs or certain covers in certain cities that I think are gonna, hit harder and be
Ooh.
exciting. And you know, I it's only a 9 stop tour, so it's a very short first ever tour, and it's just unbelievably exciting to me, and I want so badly for it to be just perfect because I want everyone there to just feel like they can just like escape for the night and just have fun and be happy and sad and do whatever they need to do in that room. And
Mhm.
so I've started rehearsing for sure. I play every show I do with my best friend Flynn, who I actually live with. So he plays like guitar and piano with me and everything on stage, and the chemistry is always so fun on stage. And I think it really translates into just like a fun vibe in the room. And so we've been in rehearsal trying to pick which songs, trying to pick which unreleased songs to play, what to do, if there's any fun things I can do in the middle of the set that would kind of catch people off guard.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
exciting and like have people leave and be like, that was like, feel just good. Like that was a good night. That's literally all I want.
It's funny. I have a lot of friends that are getting married this year. And anytime they go to weddings, they like write down things that they like, that they want to do at their wedding. I'm curious for you, when you go to a show now, do you ever like write down things that an artist did on stage? You're like, ooh, I want to do this at my show.
Oh my god, absolutely. Absolutely. The issue is half the time budget. They're like
Well,
arena
yeah.
tours, and they're doing like the craziest stuff, like freaking flying through the
Like
stadium. I'm like,
pyrotechnics. Yeah,
yeah.
the whole thing.
I'm like, I don't know if any of that would fly. I might get shut down for that one. But I do absolutely do that, and even in the ways that different artists interact with the crowd. Like I think the best interactive show I've ever seen was Harry Styles. In the way that he interacts with his fans in the crowd is so good.
It's
I'm
insane.
like,
Yeah.
it's so natural and he's so funny, and I still to this day I cannot figure out how he can lip read like lip so good. He like calls people out in the front, but like, how does he hear them? It literally gets me every single time.
I just watched a TikTok this morning. You know, they do the fan edits where Harry split his pants on stage. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Wait,
Oh
what?
gosh, I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up. Harry split his pants on stage, and then he like ran to his drummer and asked for like one of those like little towels, and he was just holding it the rest of the song. It's so good. Do you ever have any fears like that? Does that ever cross your mind, or did I just plant that seed?
Oh, you planted the seed. You planted the seed.
That's so
the thing with live shows too, though, is so much can and does go wrong. Like almost every show, whether people realize it or not in the audience.
But that's the thing we don't realize. I really never like notice.
It is so interesting. I mean, I've played live so many times where like the mic cuts out, and then you just have to kind of stand there until someone figures out what's going on and entertain everybody. That's like my biggest fear. I mean, I'm a talker and I love talking, so like it's not that bad. So I can kind of just sit there and chat with everybody. But sometimes it gets kind of petrifying if you're just like in front of a bunch of people with no music and no mic, and you got to figure it out.
You'll be
hope
fine.
you have a dance routine practiced. You can totally do.
Yeah, I just have a specific dance routine only for when things go wrong. So that
we can watch your videos and be like, "Oh, it wasn't a great show."
Aw.
I'm kidding.
That's hilarious, dude.
That's so funny. Well, you mentioned 2 covers. I always love when artists do covers. Is there? I don't know how much you can tell us. Is there one in particular that you're excited to cover a song that you love?
I mean, so at most shows in the past, and I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I should do for these ones. I'll probably end up switching it up in different cities. But what I've done in the past, which is one of my favorite things ever, is I do "Stay With Me" by Sam Smith, and everyone knows that song, and I turn it into this like massive sing along, and everyone just like, it's just the best feeling when everyone in that room is screaming that song. It's like, it's just beautiful. It's my favorite thing. It's one of my favorite parts of the show. And then also I usually do one more cover in the shows, but it's ironically also called "Stay," so I have 2 stays.
Listen, can we petition for you to do "Flowers" by Miley Cyrus?
Ooh.
Oh, that would be so good.
That song is on repeat for me. It is so good.
It's so good. Also, good for her. That is the craziest. Like, I can't even. When I was on TikTok watching all of like, I didn't even realize how much just like marketing and like how smart it was too. Like everything that went into that song and the release behind it.
Yeah, but you don't even know if all that stuff's true. Like that's how great her fans are. I heard her sister on a podcast being like, Miley's fans are crazy and like in an amazing way. Like they've basically turned this into a marketing machine, and Miley has just been sitting back.
No, it really is epic.
Yeah.
That's the best case scenario. It's just put out a song and there's like 17 different messages that maybe she didn't even realize.
Yeah. It's funny. And then what about you? You're a Sam Smith fan. Have you listened to their new album that dropped today yet? Did you get a chance?
I have not listened. I'm going to listen the moment that I have a free second. That album will be on. In the Lonely Hour was the first album I ever bought or ever listened to, and it like changed my life and inspired me to start singing. So I'm unbelievably excited to listen to Gloria.
That's so exciting. Yeah, the album really is. We were listening this morning. It's been fun to listen to. But I can't wait to hear your Sam Smith cover. That's going to be great in the show.
Oh, it's just gonna be fun. It's not even like my cover at that point. It's just a big sing along. It's just so fun, and it's right in the middle too. It gets everyone really just like feeling good. I think. I hope
it will. Yeah.
Well, we're so excited for you. Okay, so "Blames on Me" is out now. You can get tickets to the "Blames on Me" tour, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then what else can we look forward to from you this year? You have new music coming?
Lots of new music. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, there'll be a project coming out later in the year with just a bunch of new music that I think is just elevated and from a new perspective, and definitely the most honest music I've ever written. And potentially more shows. So just lots more to hopefully look forward to.
Yeah.
Val and I will be there ready for the dance routine. We'll learn it with you. So we
Yes.
I'll make sure that I teach it to everybody. so that no matter where we are, we can all just get down.
Yes.
I love it.
And
So funny. Well, truly, Alexander, this has been so fun. The song is so great. Truly, congratulations. Obviously, we're here on Twitter for all of your fans that are listening in. Where else can they find you on socials?
Oh, everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, I mean, even Snapchat, YouTube. I'm on all of them. I post all the time, basically every day. Lots of little videos. Lots of singing.
Lots of singing. We hope so. Well, thank you so much for being here, for taking your time on this Friday. We're so excited for you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it.
Of course. And I can't wait to hear your thoughts on the Sam Smith album.
Oh, I can't wait to listen. I actually can't wait to listen. I'm so eager.
It's going to be so fun. Alexander, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yes, absolutely. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.